it's not their fault. It's not their problem actually, which is your problem. But it's unfair lah. Of course, I still do have a habit of doing that.
Yeah,
Which
later
is
that one, yeah, we will touch on
okay. Got it.
the impact on that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, knowing that, yes, I mean, these are the emotions that, yes, being men, we have feelings. Yeah. It's just that sometimes we may not know how to express our feelings. And our understanding of, yeah, maybe the more frequent emotions that we experience might be anger. Yeah. Yeah, we know how to express anger very easily. Other than that, sadness, maybe not so too much, yeah, on that. Yeah. Let's go move on. Okay. And how did your life experiences or army, NS, relationship, work kind of to teach you about becoming a man? Yeah. Like the adult's responsibility. What are the things that, yeah, or what do you learn from your life experiences, whether is it, yeah, army, work, and relationship, teach you about becoming a man? Who want to go first?
Is it question 6?
Okay. What the army, NS, work life, yeah, relationship teach you about becoming a man?
Question 8, I think.
Question 8. Okay. Oh, we went that far already. Okay. I mean, I guess I could go first for fun. NS, when I first went to army, I was whatever, it is what it is kind of thing. BMT to me was, I would admit, I cried for a night because I was homesick. I will actually admit that. So when guys who said they don't cry in NS, that's bullshit. Probably wouldn't even tell you.
They hide inside the blanket and cry.
Yeah, hide in the blanket or they roll one side and start sobbing quietly. Next day, they just give you the bravado. Then I was like, sure, you're totally not homesick at all, unless you have really like nothing to look for at home. Then okay, but I'm sure there are things you look forward to, even though you don't have a home. They're your friends. You do free time. You do whatever the hell you want. Then when I went to my unit, it of course we do combat stuff, whatever unit stuff. And then because I injured my knee, I kept quiet because I didn't want to talking. And then they handpicked me to go over to another company like hunter training wing, that kind of thing. And of course during that time I met really strong male role models, the regulars. They had like a total different outlook in life, kind of thing, and it was really different. To them, it's like try, but to me, it's like I can't even finish it. Why am I just trying if I cannot finish it? If I can't do it, but like good enough. And then they are like, they don't care how you do it. They don't care what you do. Or they just say like, just do it, and as long as you put in your effort, we see the effort. It's enough for us. Then I was like shocked, and they always had this growth mentality. Of course, it's like a guy thing, whatever they're doing is all like guy stuff, male bravado, and keep quiet, be stoic, just doing that. And then when I met with cadets, so guys, like being younger than I am, some did cry because training was tough. Some started confiding, I would say I was a chill corporal lah. They told me that I was the most calm corporal they've ever seen. During their cadet days, they say a corporal actually like scold them like as if like respect like that, and like punish them and start yelling at them. Then when it came to me, and then I was like, don't call me corporal, just call me Daniel. Then one dumbass called me my name in front of the regular. Then the guy was like, "You're a friend, ah?" Then I looked at him, I was like, dude, if you want to be chill and call me by my name, do it behind him or when he's not around. Because ultimately, you gotta remember, you're still a cadet. You are the lowest life form. To me, I will see you as a the man. Wherever, we're all here in this together to get out of these 2 years. Just do it once, do it good, get on with it, and then, yeah, don't go into DB. Even though I did tend to go into DB because I fought with my staff sergeant. was an ass. And my OC, my captain, Jian from Nepal already. He sat down with me. He was like giving this like very naggy dad thing. I would not be shocked because they are pretty old and they're married. So I think they're kids or just married. I remember. He was like, Daniel, you've been a good soldier all this while. Continue to be a good soldier. Then I'm like, fine, I won't fight. Kind of thing. And then another intake my Warren Shengli. Wong Shengli was dude. The dude was BS up. But it was funny as hell lah. Always by left one. The other warrant officer, I forgot his name. Ah shit, he's gonna be so angry at me. He would sit down with him. Then he was giving me his like, Daniel, why why must why must fight back? You know you won't go DB one, right? I was like, I told him honestly, I mean, if he wants to charge me, you know. They told me, charge, will still go through me, right? Then I'm like, huh? Really? Yeah. And also will still go through OC. So even if you want to charge, he can only recommend charge. Not like he can actually charge you. Then I'm like, oh. Okay. That was new. They told me this calm down and whatever, you know. Of course the news broke out among the regulars. And there was one other guy, he was respected in my previous company because we are all up for pretty aggressors and people that are all pretty local, do stupid shit. He was laughing. Dude was laughing and he was proud. He was proud of me like up for. It was like that's the way, you know, that is what that was my company I was from, because he knew I was up for. And of course, there was some growing up there at that point.
So what do you learn from the NS life?
What did I learn from my NS life? I mean, what did I learn from my NS life was, I think a change of mindset. Like don't see it as like even though it's a pretty shit ass place, it can be a fun place. Just enjoy your time whatever you have now, and whoever you meet over there can be a role model or someone that can give you somewhat of a life-changing mentality. Even though it's a really small one, but there is something you can take away from them. Not a little bit take away lah, but like you think, like you observe like the qualities of them, you take away, and like you can try to embed it to yourself lah. That kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. Later I will come back to you, Daniel, about your work and your relationship. Yeah. So next, who else? Jasper or Kahin?
Can you go next? About what did
NS life? Yeah.
What NS life teach you about becoming a man? Okay, I think start with overall. Overall, my opinion is that, I mean, like from the previous question, it is not completely untrue that men don't have emotions, but I don't think the masculine stereotype is, or the masculine thing is all bullshit also. Like, my opinion is that it is important to be masculine in order to protect your family. Just like how I talk about my father taking care of his family. So I think that's when it's important to be strong. Because you need to be firm. Otherwise, you don't want your partner to be bullied. And that's where the stress comes in now. But behind the curtain, it's also important to embrace your vulnerability. So, like I mentioned about my NS, how my experience was actually very different from what I thought, because I saw everyone even people who look strong on the surface also had their points where they were vulnerable. Actually, one interesting thing about NS is that I find that NS surprisingly doesn't embrace this. Maybe it differs from place to place, but I find that my NS experience, it didn't seem like NS was forcing this masculine stereotype down on you. Because,
Ah.
for BMT now, there's this exercise, right, where they'll usually on the third or fourth day of your outfield, they will punish you a lot, make you feel very tired, like why am I here? Then at the end of it, they'll hand you guys parents all of your parents' letters that your parents wrote to you.
Mm.
So you'll be reading your parents' letters while you're at day 3 or 4 of your camp and you're feeling very tired and emotional. Then that's why you see like even the most buff people also breaking down and crying.
Wow.
So yeah, that was really an eye opener lah. It is.
Mm.
So once again, it teaches you that everybody, all men, no matter how strong they are, they also have points of vulnerability.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Kaheng, you not NS, didn't go through NS. Okay, okay. Wow, so
So
good.
army NS is like omitter. Good. Because I mean I really appreciate like what Daniel and Will Jasper has gone through, right? A lot of us, I suppose, a lot of Singaporean guys have too. For me, something I had something similar, but it's a very short camp. I think it was 5 days school camp. Where we also did something as hard as like what you guys had. Yeah, but I think when it comes to teaching, me being a man, I think a very very vivid lesson I was thinking of actually what I learned from life, from work, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what happens like there. I had a lot of injustice. I faced a lot of injustice, a lot of like things that I feel unfair about, right? And I think also seen a lot of people have like going through that. I find one thing that a lot of people, like not even guy, no matter guy or girl, right, is that when these kind of things happen, a lot of people would choose to suppress, right? They're not even allowed to get angry about it, right? Or like they would be, how to say, people who express anger so openly, all right, or angry about this kind of injustice, like openly, they're seen as weak. They're seen as not resilient. They're seen as someone who's whiny, right? I would say this a lot, whiny. But I find that actually when a person gets to understand their own anger, right, whether it's expressed so ugly or expressed so openly, right, it's also a way of for me actually it's a way of like exploring, right, being a man, how to use anger or how to how to say, I would say, transform it or like make use of it, right? Whether it's turning into like and like turning in the energy to try and change things, or when it comes to like a very in the moment thing, how to communicate that much more well, because I find that I find it's an important thing to defend yourself, right? Yes, I suppose society, a lot of things they don't. Then as a lot of people have said that a lot of times society's expectation does limit us to certain roles, and when they want to do otherwise, well, we keep on being put down, right? And I think having this kind of power, right, this kind of right, even sometimes to defend yourself it's quite important. Because eventually, right, when it comes to working with people or living with them, you get to see a very different side of them, or in a sense you get to accept a very different side of them. Yeah, if it all goes well.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my
Okay.
lesson.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, Daniel, I mean, coming back to you, yeah, in terms of, because after your NS, you're working and also, I mean, you also go back to studies, and other than that, you are in a relationship, yeah. So what does all this, I mean, that work, yeah, your relationship, I mean, teach you about becoming a man?
I mean, before I started work, I was in a relationship. I mean, I'm sure he knows who at the time. That time, I would say like when like trying to be strong for others is you just keep quiet and no matter what happens, don't tell them what you feel because sometimes it's like they're sensitive and you do that and it digs another rabbit hole. Of course, that's technically not your fault, but when you start thinking about others, or when you try to think about others, but you assume that it's the case, but it's not. So I guess through that, I would think like being a man is like, of course, it's the usual stereotype: stoic, keep quiet, don't say what you feel, just use anger. If you're not happy, you're angry. If you find a way to express it, some do it healthily. They do like Muay Thai or physical kind of martial art. To express all the anger. Do it, express it on the back. Some would do more on the gentle side, or start doing more like artsy kind of thing. So for mine, I took because my dad was he learned martial arts, so he taught me martial arts. At the time, I hated martial arts, but now it's like there are some things I do like about it because of this certain mentality of the way things go. I would do like a purposely join Muay Thai or Taekwondo, just express it through movements. Because it's an art. It's more than just hitting people. Although another misconception is hitting people. Then sure, after the relationship, I mean, we broke up. It wasn't that great. Of course, the things I did were my fault as well. And of course, we met up and I apologized and made peace. Of course, there's a drama that led up after that, but let's not go into that because it's quite stupid. And then went into work. And work, interesting people lah. I don't know. I'll keep saying interesting people because when it goes in there are different people. I met there are good bosses also. I even was teaching drums for a period of time, and of course, childcare was Mr. Vincent's mentee not long ago. Saw how he I read up on how he get to where he is now. It was either a go or die situation. If it really works or don't work the situation, he made it, so he got through. And I would say teaching kids, whenever I was teaching kids, was an eye opener. I would think it's easy, but when you are addressing kids and you're teaching them, especially you put two brothers together and they go in primary school in the same room, I would say that's a bad idea